ain't touch. Find a bitch I ain't fuck. Talk to me nice. So listen, I told you the negativity was over. I'm only talking about the music that I love for the next 2 days or however long it's going to take for this video to come out. We got the top 50 songs of 2023 and my personal opinion. Don't argue with me. Don't ask, how did that get there, but this didn't make it? How did it get there, but this didn't make it? How did your mama abort her first baby, but not you? Like, I'm just saying, like, we could all ask ourselves a million questions, bro. So don't argue with me over my placements on this list. You will be sent to the shadow realm. Also, keep in mind that every song on this list I like equally almost. So I enjoyed number 50 probably at the same rate as I enjoyed number 1. I'm just numbering them just for funsies. At my number 50th spot, I got Mike's Do You Believe? At number 49, I got SexyRed's Skeyee. Thankfully, it wasn't Shake Your Dreads at number 49 because the only reason it's not is because my dreads wasn't long enough to shake them at the time of that song's release. But now, at number 48, I got Red Still Bleeding. Christian rock may be a little generic, don't get me wrong, but it still holds a very special place in my heart. And finally, I wanna give you deep. I give you everything, you under me. Number 47, I got Funeral Stop Ahead Freestyle. Look, it's only gonna get better from here. Faces. At number 46, I got Geese with Mysterious Love. At number 45, I've got Amalu with Played Me. At number 44, I've got San with Grace Notes. I think it's Sam, but I don't know for sure. I just started listening to her this year. Lorraine at 43, I got 5 to 8 hours a day. This is kind of like my Things Money Can't Buy song. I think it's a really wholesome track, kind of filled with the realization that the things that you find most value in don't necessarily come from external forces. Yeah. Not only this version, but the Lotto and SexyRed version, as well as the 21 Savage version, all of them work really well. Sorry, that but is like the most infectious shit I heard all year. 41, I got Dave and Central C's Trojan Horse, and I really didn't expect myself to like this EP as much, considering I don't really love Central C like that. I'm a bigger fan of Dave, but most of that skepticism on like what makes Trojan Horse a better song to me than something like Sprinter, it's probably just in the usage of the sampling on Trojan Horse. It gives Dave and Central C a much larger canvas to kind of like paint a picture of their lyricism in a way that I don't feel that Sprinter does. I would agree Sprinter's probably more catchy, but Trojan Horse is the one that really grabbed my heart. I had one pair and I cleaned them rigorous. I wanna show them girls she know me. Call my government name. I never tucked my shirt in school, so why would I grow up and tuck my chain? At track number 40, I got Boy Genius, Without You, Without Them. Number 39, I got Victoria Monet, How Does It Make You Feel? And number 38, I got Caroline Rose, Tell Me What You Want. 37, I got Lee Ford, Mob Music. Put niggas under 6 feet, that's how we make it deep. Let's get real, the rest is 7, that shit ain't gonna take a week. I'm a real mob member, nigga, this shit too in me. At number 36, I got Neonte with Thank Allah. At number 5, I got Larry June and Big Sean with Palisades. Fish oils, chlorophyll, multi. My hair growing out and hoes loving it. Stumbling, stacking through dodge all the bullets and dodge all them daggers to working these bitches. Oh, I love this time of year. I really get to feel like I'm a performer. And y'all don't have a choice but to sit through it. Like, I'm getting claps in my mind. 34 is Snow Allegra's Sweet Tea. Oh my god, I used to hate Snow Allegra's music, not because I think she's a terrible artist, but just because I generally found a lot of her older material pretty mundane and pretty one note. I thought a lot of it blended together, but right here, along with a couple of other singles that she's dropped, I'm very highly anticipating her new release, hopefully soon. She got me feeling like she a early Michael Jackson on this song. You're the reason why my dreams are sweeter than you. Joy Oladokun with Sweet Smphony and Chris Stapleton at number 33. At number 32, why do I have Gunna's Back to the Moon? I'm kind of confused that I have it at 32 as well, but at the same time, I'm not mad at it because I'll probably listen to this song 1,100 times this year. Gunna really impressed me. He came back with a lot of energy off the back of him snitching. I mean, off the back of him dropping this new album. I can't do nothing but respect this track. It's got a lot of momentum. The hook is infectious. I honestly thought that this would have been the one that would take him off as opposed to the Fuck You Mean cut, but hey, I'm not complaining. I still like this one. You know what with me, don't do what I do. Thought you did one, but you really did too. Oh my god. I also think it's a stronger, more catchier version of the hook of the track that he dropped to intro this album off. I don't think it takes him and puts him in like the victimhood position as much. I think it definitely puts him in the more of a, yeah, I snitch, so what type vibe. What you gonna do about it? You're not gonna stop my traction. I'll be a lone wolf. I keep getting these records. I keep making this money on my own. Like, I like the energy of this track a lot more. At number 31, I got Georgia Smith's Try Me. At number 30, I got Baby Rose with Stop the Bleeding. Number 29 is an amazing track from Mick Jenkins with Pasta. Probably one of the most aggressive versions of himself I think he's ever put on a track. Some really nice bars, a lot of energy, a lot of aggression, and a fantastic instrumental to go along with it. At number 28, I got Drake and J. Cole's FPS. Can't really respect the list that doesn't have this song included. Two of rap's juggernauts decided to collab and show the world why they're at the top. And while I do think Drake falls behind a little bit when it comes to Cole in the lyricism department, I think he more than makes up for it at the end of his verse with a lot of energy exploding onto the track after Cole's finished. I think they play off each other very well, and I think that chemistry conversation isn't a fear of mine anymore, and they could definitely probably do like a whole tape if they wanted to.
Big is the what? Big is the what? If I dish you, I make sure you know that I hit you like I'm
on your caller ID. Soon as they call and this shit ain't connecting no more, feel like I got a job in IT. At number 27, I got Jamila Woods with Good News. Number 26, I got Duran Jones, Lord Have Mercy. At number 25, I got Chris Stapleton's beautiful, jazzy, mature, golden, sensual cut Love You On My Mind. Number 24 is Spoon's Silver Girl.
What the fuck wrong with you? Run a bathtub for
you niggas try me cause I'm riding with this thing. Number 22, I got Asake's Lonely at the top. Number 21, I got Quavo's Greatness, which I think is a beautiful update on everything. The song came not long after Takeoff's unfortunate passing, an update to the fans, a realization of the disconnect between himself and Offset, a harsh reality that Migos as a collective, as a group, is no more. In spite of it all, he's still striving for greatness, and I think the instrumental behind that is just fantastic.
It's my motherfucking house, my rise and grind. I give away all this shit just to see my dog just one more time.
At number 20, I got Scientists and Engineers with Killer Mike, Andre 3000, Future, and Aaron Allen Kane. I mean, this is a really powerful cut, and everybody is carrying their weight in some capacity. We got three Southern legends, and of course the ethereal voice that is Aaron Allen Kane herself, who is from Detroit. I'm not saying Detroit's the greatest place in the world. I'm just saying all the great singers at some point tapped in with Detroit at some point. That's all I'm gonna say. And to me, this track really does capture what having a name means. It really does capture what the idea of a legend is supposed to be. Everyone kind of hones in on their own idea of what having an impact means, and they fulfill each role beautifully. Aaron, Future, Andre, and Killer Mike, they all prove why they're a necessity. I truly think it's a fantastic cut. I also think it's stacked when we look at the producer credits. We got James Blake, DJ Paul, I think even Andre 3000 chipped in with production at some point. At number 19, I got Kalela's Happy Ending. At number 18, I got K-Dot and Baby Keem's Hillbillies. Was a little on the fence about this track at first, but it's so free, fun. It doesn't really develop itself with regard to what might sound great or appealing. It just is a fun cut. I think there are parts of Kendrick that we never get exposed to without the influence of Baby Keem, and I think whenever they do collab, generally speaking, we can expect something creative and a little off the wall and unconventional when it comes to Kendrick. Even though Baby Keem has taken from Kendrick many times in the past, you can really see him sap the seriousness from Kendrick oftentimes when they're collabing. At number 17, I got Tyler, the Creator's Sorry Not Sorry. I think this track is phenomenal. Sonically, it puts Tyler in a position where he's able to carefully go over the history and all the things that have made him who he is right now as an artist, and he even dives into some of his personality as well. And I really think this track puts Tyler in a position where he's solidified in a space where he used to be one of the kids that was easily written off. He proves with this track that he's more than just that phase you knew 10 years ago. Even though he wouldn't be who he is now without them, he still casts off those previous versions of himself, potentially to eliminate safety as he moves on to his next era or his next endeavor musically. Either way, it's a step in a new direction and a step away from his former self. At number 16, I got Paramore's The News. Even if this, and I'm gonna be honest, even if this song was bad, it was still gonna get a placement on this list because it's fucking Paramore. Number 15, I got Sampha's Suspended. Number 14, I got Lil Yachty's Strike. Lil Yachty impressed in such a fantastic way this year that it's not even funny. Bro, if I don't kill that spider right now, it's gonna land on one of these black little tiles things, and then I'm not gonna find it, and I'm gonna go crazy because I'm gonna notice a nigga just standing there waiting for me to let my guard down. He's small as a dot. He's like microscopic. He like the size of an atom, but he's fucking with me. I didn't get him. Oh yeah, he about to kill me in my sleep. So Lil Yachty had a pretty fantastic year, I will say. Not only Strike, but his new album, the most recent record that he dropped with Southside. I think this is another artist and individual who's really stood the test of time.
Shit, I was trying to strike shit. I was trying to strike shit.
Sufjan Stevens, Will Anybody Ever Love Me at track number 13. Based off the history of Sufjan Stevens' music, you find it difficult for an artist that makes music like this to keep going. But Will Anybody Ever Love Me speaks to you in a way that encourages you to look for the things that are worth living and hoping for, even if you feel you might not fully deserve them, for reasons that might be to your view of yourself, whether those be self-inflicted insecurities or insecurities that were placed on you by the hand of someone else. Feels like an angel and a devil on both sides of your shoulder, this track. One telling you that you'll never have anything and you should stop trying, and the other one telling you, but you should still hope for it anyway. And the progression of this track helps to illustrate that idea that much more, I think. At number 11, we got Daniel Caesar with Disillusion. Jesus, man. I don't even think it's legal what Serpent with Toes did to this track, man. How do you even spell this shit? Oh my God, what the fuck did I just type in? Oh, it still came up. Wait, that's how you spell it?
You're scared of it too. Damn, you clean up the space. Inviting folks to your place.
At track number 10, I got Westside Gun and Stove God Cooks with Kitchen Lights. This track is beautiful. Like, I would cry if this were played when I'm like 65, 70 years old, and we do like a backtrack, like a photo reel, a video reel of my life up until that point. This just makes you feel like you made it. Like, everything that you went through to get to this point, it make you feel like I'm there, I'm at the top. Nothing can stop me, nothing can touch me here. Everything that I've ever wanted exists in this space at this time. It's how this track makes you feel. At number 9, I'm gonna say Pink Pantheress with Mosquito. I know a lot of people like Boy's a Liar, and no, I'm not picking Mosquito to be different. I'm just not as big of a fan as Boy's a Liar, okay? Let me just relax, calm down. Even if I'm just to listen to Pink Pantheress's own version, Boy's a Liar, I just prefer Mosquito. I think it builds better. It has a nice progression to it. It also reminds me very slightly of Usher's You Make Me Wanna from some early 2000s R&B shit. That's why I love this cut so much. Track number 8, I'm going with JPEG Mafia and Danny Brown's Kingdom Hearts Key. This is probably one of the most lush pieces of production I've ever heard Danny Brown or JPEG Mafia on. And I'm saying a lot being a JPEG Mafia listener. You probably have heard him on almost everything. If you're gonna sample shit, and this is advice to the mainstream, do it like this. Do it creatively. Don't just take a fucking song that's already in existence and cut and paste it with no additions, no reinterpretations, no nothing. Just lazy. And Redville's verse on this is great too. At track number 7 is the Lemon Twigs Any Time of Day. This is probably the catchiest song on this list for me. One of the most, if not the most. This track is lush, colorful, and incredibly harmonious.
Baby.
Track number 6, I'm gonna give it to McKinley Dixon with Sun I Rise. This track is almost like a beautiful reflection and confrontation of the past. It's almost like taking an older version of yourself and going back to a point where you were more vulnerable and more susceptible to your environment, more prepared and equipped to deal with the adversaries and the situations that were confronting you when you were in that space. At track number 5, I got Kali Uchis I Wish You Roses. And I don't even know if there's a track more kaleidoscopic than this one. If you are an ex of Kali Uchis, I don't know how you could listen to this track and not feel immediate regret. This is like a woman coming into a higher understanding of herself and realizing the connection she had to you might not be fruitful for her.
I wish you love. wish you well. I wish you roses while you can still smell. Don't you drown on me.
Number 4 is Caroline Polachek with Sunset. Vocally, I think Caroline is in top tip shape as she usually is. The vibrato on this track, perfect. The guitar on this track, perfect. It's too rhythmic and catchy for me to feel like I'm listening to a gypsy, but that kind of is what I feel like I'm hearing on this cut. I wouldn't mind going to some place out of the country with some sunglasses on, walking the street, acting like I don't know nobody. I mean, I'll be in a new country. I wouldn't actually know anybody.
'Cause I wear my body like an uninvited guest. It's Friday away.
At track number 3, I got My Eyes from Travis Scott. This is one of the most beautiful. This is probably, and I'm willing to say it, this is probably the greatest track Travis Scott has ever made. And I got one other track in mind, but if I put that to the side, I'm focusing just on Travis's contribution and not feature contribution. This is probably his best song ever. My Eyes is Travis Scott's best written, performed, and produced song, period. To me, the progression that this track goes through, the emotions that are explored, the variations of Travis Scott that we get, from melodic to remorseful. He has elements of Frank Ocean that ooze from his performance in the first half. It's so cushiony and comforting in the beginning, and then we transition to this gorgeous high speed like production that makes you feel like you're traveling at 1,000 miles per hour, but you won't run into anything. I'm telling you, the transition from half 1 into half 2 on this track almost makes me feel like I'm crossing into I don't know really what to decide on my track number 2. I mean, I have my artist confirmed, Cara Jackson, but I don't know if I'm gonna pick Rat, and I don't know if I'm gonna pick No Fun at the Party. I could also put Free. The thing that all of these tracks have in common is the strength of a voice that is like unshakable. Listen, I think I'm gonna go with Rat. I might go with Free. I really don't know. You know what? I'm gonna choose Free. I'm gonna choose Free because Free uses these constant refrains that only get stronger and more broad and more powerful as the track progresses. We're ascending through this track only by way of the strength of Cara's voice itself. If I could liken this track to anything, it's almost like the most gigantic bird you could possibly imagine spreading its wings. It's like a musical earthquake. And for my number 1 track of 2023, I'm gonna go ahead and give it to Young Father's Drum. This song, as well as majority of the album that this record comes from, just kind of makes me happy to be breathing. Just for me, I don't have anything that's a musical definition or vocal representation of what living, jumping around, being energetic, joyous to be alive, happy to feel the sun on your skin, happy to feel the wind blowing in your face, happy and appreciative for the bare essentials that should make one so appreciative for existence. A lot of the production and vocal backing of a track like Drum just brings out that primitive natural urge to get active, to be a bit impulsive and curious and free. I just don't feel like much is left to the imagination when it comes to music like this, and that's why it's my number 1. That's it. Albums of the year coming very soon, and you feel free. Definitely leave your top 50, your top 10, your top 20, your top 5, your number 1, whatever you want to leave in the comment section down below. I'm very interested to hear what you've been listening to this year. Like I said, don't argue with me, argue with your mom, and I'll see you very, very soon. It's been a great year, and I'll see you next time.